The big news obviously breaking today, Joe Flacco is a Cincinnati Bengal. They trade a 5th-round pick in exchange for Flacco and a 6th-round pick, which actually is coming from the Lions, I believe.
Yeah, it's a weird setup. Yeah,
one of those deals. So probably going to be a later round, 6th-round pick. Joe Flacco in this offense, it's not something we thought we would see this year, but we're going to see it more than likely on Sunday. What does Joe Flacco bring to the table to improve this team?
Super Bowl champion. I mean, he is. He won a Super Bowl
13 years ago.
13 years ago. That's a fact. I mean, 2012. A lot of experience, obviously. I mean, he's thrown for almost 50,000 yards. Smart guy. And I think that's the big part that I think a lot of quarterbacks, if you brought them in on this short of a week, remember the Rams a couple of years ago had Baker Mayfield in an emergency situation. They
had like 3 days.
Yeah, and actually played pretty well.
Yeah.
If anybody can do this on a short time span, I think it is Joe Flacco. I mean, he's been in a bunch of different offenses. He's been asked to pick up playbooks in midseason the last couple of years. And so I think he can handle that part of it. It'll probably be scaled back a little bit for him this week because that's a big ask. I mean, you're only talking about you're getting practice reps on a Wednesday and a Thursday and a Friday walkthrough and a mini Saturday walkthrough, and then you're playing a game with a new team on Sunday. That's a lot. But listen, this guy's got a lot of mileage under him. He's done a lot of things in this game. He's probably not where you'd like him to be, but I think they had to do something. I'll say this. I think they were at desperate times. And desperate times call for desperate measures.
And that's where we're here today. Yeah. Not only does he have to suit up on Sunday, but he's got to deal with Micah Parsons again. No easy task, especially
twice in the span of a month.
Exactly. And you're playing behind an offensive line that has struggled to protect a quarterback this year. Keys to his success on Sunday just right out of the gate.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you it would be running the ball and doing play action, but they can't do that.
Yeah.
That was a Jake Browning strength, and they never got to that, unfortunately. I think get the ball out of his hands quickly, process quickly, be willing to eat a sack, be willing to throw a ball away. I mean, he's not mobile. I mean, he's less than mobile. I mean, he is literally a statue back there. But Peyton Manning was a statue, and Peyton Manning had some pretty good success in this league. Joe has had some success in this league as well. So, yeah, I think he's going to be the guy that's just going to say, hey, I'm going to throw the ball into the stands. Yeah. And if I have to get out of the pocket just enough to do it, I'll do that. Or I'm just going to eat it and take the sack.
And that's the thing, presence of mind. He's 40 years old. He's seen a lot of football. And he's still got the big arm.
Yeah.
I mean, that arm's not going away. And when you have two burners that can send it down the field, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, I mean, those guys might be licking their chops right now.
And I would say in his career, maybe the year he had Steve Smith and whoever else was with Steve Smith when he was in Baltimore, he really hasn't had dudes out there as wide receivers. I mean, in Cleveland, it's Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman and Howard Fannin and David Njoku. David Njoku's a nice tight end, but you know, I mean, those aren't Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, for goodness sake.
Few are.
Yeah, that's a good point. And so I think that's the other part, too. I think a lot of it will be quick game, but when you have a chance to maybe hit a deep home run ball and you can hold up the protection, maybe max protect the daylights out of it. I mean, it's a two-man route. It's Jamar and T, and fling that thing as far as you can fling it.
Well, and another thing about Flacco is historically he has targeted his tight ends quite a bit.
Yeah.
And you have a few tight ends who can catch some passes on this team. Opens up the options for this offense.
Yeah, I mean, we've not seen much of Mike Gesicki, it feels like, this year.
I forgot he was on the team.
He made a catch the other day, and I went, oh, yeah, he can still do that.
Yeah.
I think they tried to lean into some two tight end blocking personnel to get the running game going, and now they've come to find out no matter what we do, we can't get the running game open. I honestly, if Jake Browning was still quarterbacking, I would say the same thing. I think you go back to just spread it out. You know, Mike Gesicki's a receiver, if you will, but he's spread out. Back to 3 wide receivers, 1 running back, opens maybe up the box a little bit to run it in, and if not, you weren't running it anyway, but that does allow you more options in the pass game.
The timetable for Joe Burrow's return, potential return, they're saying is December. That turf toe, we've talked about this. It's not as simple as turf toe might sound.
Stumbling or bumbling.
Yeah, I mean, this is a serious injury, and the recovery time is significant. The recovery process is significant. What does this say organizationally about the Bengals, the front office, the coaching staff, about how they feel moving forward with this season? It doesn't appear that they believe it's a lost season.
No, and I think that's the big part. I mean, if you look around the AFC, 2 and 3 right now, the Bengals, I think, would be the first team out of the playoffs if the playoffs started today. I mean, that's not very far to go then to get into the playoffs. And you're not all that far behind the division leader. You're 2 games behind the division leader in the Steelers. And guess who you played 2 more times this year? The Steelers, so you kind of control your destiny where that's concerned. Baltimore has a real legit chance to be 1-5 after this weekend's over with. Not dead and buried, mind you, but they're behind you at that point. And so, and the win may not come this week in Lambeau. You want to see them play better, I think. Just show some strides forward. Then you come home for 3 straight games before the bye. 5-4 at the bye is not impossible. And if you're 5-4 at the bye with a potential of Joe Burrow returning, a month or so later, I think you feel pretty good about that.
In Flacco, we trust. Skinny, thanks as always, brother.